Hey everyone, College Investor back with another Pinterest video for you today. In today's video, we're going to talk about the earnings report. There's some interesting key points right there and why I still believe this stock is on its way to $100. I've been saying this for a while. I started to cover Pinterest under $20. So now I've 3x'd my investment since that first video. All videos again will be in the top right corner. So we're going to go over the graphs as well as the earnings report. But before I do that, we're on our way to 5,000 subscribers. Trying to reach that by the end of the month. So if you haven't subscribed yet, why not hit that subscribe button? And if you like these videos, please consider leaving an early thumbs up, as it really helps me outgrow the channel and get my videos out there. So without further ado, let's go and look at the graphs. Alright, so looking at the graphs right now, we're up 38% since yesterday. Pretty awesome. Before that, we have reached a little top of $53, went back down a bit under $50. That's what happened before earnings report. People start selling, speculating, and then bam, up 38%. Pretty good. If you look at it in the bigger picture, we're a long way since that $20 mark, but we still have a way to go if we want to reach that $100 mark. But in my opinion, if earnings report continue to be as good as they've been in the last 2 quarters, I believe in the next couple of quarters, we could be reaching that $100 mark. All right, so right now let's jump into the earnings report. Obviously, super positive, super nice numbers like we've just seen on the graphs. So let's go and jump into that. All right, so for Pinterest, obviously, I would like them to do a better earnings report with more visuals, etc. A bit like Square and PayPal or Fastly like we will see in the next video. But right now, let's look at here. Q2 revenue grew 58% year over year to 443 million. Global monthly active users grew 37% year over year to 442 million. GAAP net loss was $94 million. For Q3, adjusted EBITDA was 93 million. Now the CEO had a little thing to say. So more than ever before, people are coming to Pinterest to get inspirations for their lives, everything from planning early for a socially distant Halloween to creating great home schools for their kids. Our top priority is to continue making Pinterest home to the most inspiring and actionable content. This quarter, we launched a set of tools to empower creators to show and share their ideas with people who are ready to act, like the Pinterest stories, like I've said in my past video, which is going to pop up in the top right corner. Now, the strong momentum our business experienced in July continued throughout the rest of the third quarter. We're extremely pleased with the broad-based strength of our business, driven by recovering advertiser demand, as well as positive returns from our investments in advertiser products and international expansion. So let's look at the highlights real quick. So as we can see here, revenue 1 year ago was just 279 million. Right now it's at 442. Net loss, same thing, better. We're reaching that profitability slowly but surely. Net GAAP, net income, again, much better. Adjusted EBITDA, same thing here, much better as well. Now for me, this is the most important part. So we have revenue split into 2 categories, obviously United States and internationally. Now internationally, that was the problem before. The revenue was not as high as in the United States. The same thing we could see in the average revenue per user, but we're going to look at that in a bit. So as we've seen here, internationally, change of 145%. In the United States, a change of 49%, which is an overall of 58% year over year, which is amazing. Now the monthly active users for the United States changed only 13%, but for the international market, it changed 46%, which is huge because right now the average revenue per user for the United States last year was $2.93. Right now we're at $3.85. So that gap that increased as well, which is nice, 31%. But as you can see here, the international users still need to be heavily monetized. A year ago was just 13 cents. Right now we're an increase of 66%, which is only 21 cents. Obviously, when we will reach, I don't think they will ever reach right now the $3 mark for the international customers, but if they can reach that $1 mark average revenue per user internationally, that would be huge for them, because as I've said in previous videos, Pinterest internationally, sometimes the shipping and the accessibility, etc., not everything ships internationally, and that's why the revenue per users internationally is still very low. but when Pinterest will become this global social media platform, e-commerce platform, I believe that number will increase as well. And lastly, the outlook. So our expectations is that Q4 revenue will grow around 60% year over year, a modest acceleration compared to our growth rate in Q3 2020. We continue to navigate uncertainty given the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and other factors as well. We're also operating in a more remote working environment while maintaining investments in the long-term strategic priorities of the company. We continue to evaluate our spending as the situation evolves. So overall, if you ask me, super bullish on Pinterest. Would love to see what the next quarter and the next quarters will look for the company and for us as investors. In my opinion, next quarter will be huge as well because we're approaching holiday seasons. Lots of people are probably going to go and look at some ideas for Christmas, for Halloween, for Thanksgiving on Pinterest. And then hopefully when this pandemic will be over, maybe lots of people will be moving apartments, etc. Still looking for that inspiration on Pinterest. And once you're hooked at such a social media platform, in my opinion, you're going to stay on that platform as well. And for advertisers and publishers, Pinterest is the best social media platform, in my opinion. Has no real scandals whatsoever, no geopolitical issues, etc. Overall, pretty bullish. Alright, so to conclude, huge numbers, revenue per user is growing, customer base is growing in the US and internationally. Obviously, revenue is growing as well. The road to profitability will take some time, but if they continue to grow like this in the next couple of quarters, I believe maybe in a year or so, we could be profitable. And when we will be profitable, I believe this stock will be well over $100 per share. I still think the market and some people are underappreciating and undervaluing what Pinterest is doing. It's still one of those huge social media platforms out there. Obviously, we're not going to compare Pinterest with Facebook anymore because, well, Facebook has, I think, over 2 billion users. Pinterest right now has over 400 million users. So comparing both is a bit stupid. Ad revenue, etc., not comparable at all, but still, if you see the gap between both of them, there's still so much room to grow for Pinterest, and Pinterest is never attached to political scandals, etc., which is super nice for advertisers as well as customers and users of the app. So all in all, super bullish on Pinterest. If it dips for some crazy reasons, I will be buying even more. If it doesn't, pretty happy with my position right now. And that will be it for this video. If you liked it, consider leaving a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, we're trying to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of this month. So hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.